Students, good morning. Today we are starting with the new chapter, air and water. See, these two things are very much important to us to live. And our earth is also the unique planet because of these two components, air and water. We breathe in air because it is necessary to us and it gives us life, and we drink water to sustain on earth. Now, first you can see the warm-up session. Here, what you are supposed to do is draw a label diagram of sea breeze and land breeze. I definitely know that you may be knowing about the breeze, the sea breeze, when the breezes or the air goes to the land, and the land breeze when the air from the land goes to the seaside. So, you are supposed to draw the diagram in the interesting, colorful way. Now look ahead. Learn about the layers of the atmosphere, composition of air, properties of air and water. So children, in this chapter, we will study about what are our atmosphere's layer, what is its composition actually, and what are the properties of the air and water. So we are sustaining on this planet. Understand and learn about soluble and insoluble impurities. Know about purification of water, how we can pure it, or how we can convert the impure water into pure water. Now, air and the atmosphere. Air is a natural resource. Yes, it is a natural resource. Nature gave us free air. The things which we get on our planet totally free are natural resources. There is an envelope of an air surrounding the earth. Though, envelope means in which you keep the letters. And in the same way, the surrounding air is enveloping the earth, isn't it? This layer of air is called atmosphere, and this air, which we call it as envelope, is known to be as our atmosphere. It is a mixture of gases, and these air is made up of different form of gases. The atmosphere is thicker and heavier near the ground. It is thick near the ground where we live. It is thick where we live, okay? And it gets thinner and lighter further away. When it goes upper side, the air gets thinner, okay? And lighter. After the atmosphere ends, space begin. Where you can see this line, the space will begin. Now fast, we'll go through the diagram. This is the Earth's surface, children. Now the first layer is troposphere. Yes, it is the exact layer of atmosphere where we live, and the balloons, the sky we see, the airplanes, the fly in. So all the weather phenomena also occur in this layer. Next to this comes the stratosphere, okay? And in this layer, this forms the second layer is the ozone layer, okay? This is a second layer. Yeah, this layer have the fighter jet planes. Now the third layer is the mesosphere. Most meteoroids burn up in this layer, okay? And these meteoroids are called as meteors. Then above that is the thermosphere. This is the fourth layer, students. In this, the next layer, space shuttles orbit in this layer. We can listen to the radio programs. So the satellites always make an orbit over here and revolve around the earth. Then comes the exosphere, the outermost layer, and after that the space starts. Now see children, aurora borealis, what it is a pattern of differently colored lights that are sometimes seen in the night sky, mostly in the northern parts of the world. This happens, why? Because in the northern part there is extreme climate. So the cold climate, when it changes to the different climate, then the gases composition changes and the reaction in the sky is seen. So you will see the color changes, green, red, that is called as aurora borealis. Okay students, let we go to the next page, that is importance of atmosphere. Now the atmosphere is the great importance for the existence and continuation of life on the earth. Now, what do you understand by existence, children? What is existence? That we can sustain, we can survive, our being on the earth. हम रह रहे हैं, उसको बोलते हैं existence on the earth. So, the presence of oxygen in the air makes respiration. So, first point is, children, we can respire, isn't it? We can respire. So, the presence of oxygen in the air makes respiration possible for all living things, thereby supporting life on the earth. Oxygen is also necessary for burning, and whatever we burn, you must have heard, where there is oxygen, there only fire takes place. So, burning is important. The atmosphere absorbs energy from the sun and warms the earth's surface by retaining. The next word is retaining. Always keep it in your mind while reading the book, children. You keep all the words of the dictionary over here, whatever you feel hard. You can write it on a pad and then you can go through the easiest meaning of this word. So, retain karna matlab kya hota hai? The atmosphere absorbs energy from the sun and warms the earth's surface by retaining the heat. अपने पास रखता है, ले लेता है, and not letting it escape, और उसको जाने देता नहीं है. This we have also learned in greenhouse effect. It protects the earth from the cold temperature in the outer space by storing the heat energy during the night and help in maintaining the temperature. So this is atmosphere. Okay, this is the unique factor of earth which makes it warmer and appropriate temperature. Appropriate temperature एकदम नपा तुला टेम्परेचर हमारी अर्थ का बना रहता है इस एटमॉस्फेयर की वजह से, जिससे कि हीट मेंटेन रहती है और हम लोग इस पे सस्टेन करते हैं, यानी कि रह पाते हैं. The atmosphere recycles water of the air through the water cycle. In the coming chapter, children, we will learn about water cycle. Water, sun से गर्मी मिलती है, clouds, rain, precipitation, evaporation, condensation, ये इसको water cycle बोलते हैं. Okay, we will learn it. The atmosphere protects life on the earth by absorbing harmful ultraviolet radiation of the sun. Atmosphere क्या करता है? और ultraviolet radiation सन की, जो ये देखो ओजोन लेयर है, इसको ये जो है सन की रेज को क्या करती है, जैसे मम्मी चाय छानती है छलनी से, वैसे ही सन रेज को छानकर अर्थ पे भेजती है. कौन? ओजोन लेयर. ओके, दैट फॉर दैट अल्ट्रावायलेट रेडिएशन दैट नॉट रीच टू द अर्थ सरफेस. द एटमॉस्फेयर बर्न्स ऑफ मीटियोरॉइड्स, इसीलिए मीटियोरॉइड्स जो है हमारे तक नहीं पहुंच पाते हैं जनरली. एयर इज द कैरियर ऑफ साउंड वेव्स. इट इज ड्यू टू दिस फैक्ट दैट people can talk and hear each other. Until and unless there is no medium, okay, the sound cannot travel. Okay, the sound is a wave and wave has to travel. You have to understand this. Always it needs a medium. हम बोलेंगे और जहाँ पे air या water नहीं होगा वहाँ पे किसी का sound सुनाई नहीं देगा, उसको हम बोलते हैं vacuum. तो vacuum में कभी भी किसी की आवाज़ सुनाई नहीं देगी. जब air या फिर water होगा medium, as a medium, तो ही हमें किसी की आवाज़ सुनाई देगी. Quick, we will check. Fact is, when the mountaineers climb mountain like the Mount Everest, they need to carry oxygen. Why, children? This is because you go higher, the level of oxygen in the atmosphere become less. Again, we come to page number 217. You will what I have told you, that as we go higher, the air becomes thinner and lighter. This is why, okay, this is why the oxygen level is also very low. So mountaineers need oxygen to breathe. Okay, that's why they carry oxygen cylinder. Now the next thing, the next part of the chapter is the composition of air. So you must know, children, what is exactly there in our air. Air is made up of mixture of various gases. Okay, and two important gases are nitrogen and oxygen, isn't it, children? Nitrogen and oxygen, these two gases are very much important for us, and this concludes the two main gases. Okay, the two main portions. See, oxygen 21% and C, nitrogen, very big portion, 78%. So this is 78% and oxygen is 21%, and less than 1% is argon, carbon dioxide and other gases. So this green color is telling you. Now what are the properties of air? Okay, air is colorless. Can you see any color of air? No. It is tasteless. हम लोग उसको चख सकते हैं? नहीं. Odorless, उसमें कोई उसकी खुद की स्मेल नहीं होती है until unless आप परफ्यूम नहीं छिड़कते हैं, ठीक है, तो तब तक कोई स्मेल नहीं होती है. We cannot see air, it has no color or smell. Odor means, what do you mean by ODOUR? ऑर्डर मीन्स होता है स्मेल. कहीं पे भी जाते हो तो वहां पे अगर कोई स्मेल होती है तो आप बोलते हो देयर इज नॉट अ गुड ऑर्डर. ओके, सो एयर इज ऑर्डरलेस, इजंट इट? आई थिंक आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड इट and you have taken most of the part in your brain. Okay, good. Air occupies the space. This is the second property, and now it has been told you or explained to you by this picture and an activity. How you can understand this point? Air occupies the space. We used to fill the balloon. बलून फूकते हैं हम लोग बर्थडे में, तो क्या होता है, बलून बड़ा होता जाता है. तो देखो ये बच्चे का हाथ कितनी दूर तक चला गया, उसका डायमीटर देखो कितना बड़ा हो गया. It means it is getting bigger. That means there is air inside this balloon, and this depicts that air occupies space. Yes. Now if some people will ask, air occupies space, you will say yes. Now see children, this is a glass. Okay, it is containing tissue paper, isn't it? Okay, and this much glass is what you will say empty, but I will say scientifically it is filled with air. Now how you will check it? Now take a tumbler, bowl filled with water, and put your glass, tilt it down. Okay, tilting down, ulta rakh do. Fill the paper inside the glass. It is dry or wet. Now ये जो पेपर है देखना कि ड्राई है कि वेट है. तो when the glass was immersed in water, the air could not escape and remained inside the glass. Therefore, water could not enter the glass and paper remained dry. So this activity you can try at home. Okay, these papers will turn to be dry because I have already told you air is there in the glass, so it will not allow water to enter into it, isn't it? Now third property, air has weight. To show that air has weight, how you will do that? You will hang two balloons on a stick on two either sides. One filled and another you just poke it. Okay, and what you will see that the balance will change. Okay, you will observe that the heavy balloon with the air, the side will go down. Okay, right? So now going to the next page, air exerts pressure. How you will see air exerts pressure? Anything that has weight applies pressure in the downward direction. हम लोग किसी भी चीज को दबाते हैं तो प्रेशराइज करते हैं. Similarly, air के पास भी क्या होता है? प्रेशर होता है. Exerts meaning children, what do you mean by exerts? Exert means डालना, दबाव. Pressure मतलब दबाव, तो उसको डालना, उसके ऊपर रखना. Since air also has weight, therefore it also exerts pressure. Okay, air जो है हमारे ऊपर भी प्रेशर डालती है. However, air pressure acts in all directions. Air pressure acts in all the direction. हमारे चारों तरफ air है, तो चारों तरफ क्या है? air का हमेशा pressure है. To show that air exerts pressure in upward direction. Now what you will take? A glass and a cardboard. Okay, then upside down. What you will see? Take a glass of water and cover its mouth with the stiff cardboard. Now make sure that there is no air bubble. In the air you should not have any air bubble. Now press the cardboard and turn the glass upside down. Now remove your hand. What you will say? Upside down you have done, usko ulta kar diya. ठीक है? Now what you will see? Observation. The water does not flow out because air exerts pressure on the card from below and keeps it in the place. The upward pressure exerted by air is more than the downward pressure exerted by water. तो क्या हुआ? एयर एक्सर्ट किया प्रेशर अपना, तो कार्ड जो कार्ड था वो क्या हुआ, अपनी जगह पे रहता है, वो हिलता नहीं है. ओके, नाउ इन द सेकेंड एक्टिविटी व्हाट यू कैन सी इज अ बॉटल. ओके, इट इज अ बॉटल, अ पिन. एंड व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय पियर्सिंग? पियर्सिंग मतलब छेद करना. अ स्मॉल होल नियर इट्स बॉटम. Put a piece of tape over the hole. Now you will put a piece of tape. Okay, now close the cap and remove the tape. When you will close the cap and remove the tape, what you will observe? Now seal the hole and fill the bottle without closing the cap. Remove the tape. Now in the next image what you can see, seal the hole and remove the cap. So two conditions are there, isn't it? Without closing the cap, remove the tape. Okay, so in the first case what you will see over here, the water does not flow out of the hole. Okay, while in the second case the water flows out of the hole because of the pressure exerted by air, because here air was not able to enter. Okay, but the cap was open here, so it came down, it exerted pressure on the water, and through this hole the whole water came out. Okay, now you can solve the HOTS according to what we have understood in the above chapter. Okay, now going to the next property. See, so many properties of air are there. Have you ever realized so? Think scientifically. Hot air rises up. Now hot air rises up, गर्म होता है बहुत, इसीलिए हम लोगों का स्टार्टिंग में चैप्टर का लैंड ब्रीज और सी ब्रीज था. Place your hand on the side of lighted candle flame. Do you feel the warmth? क्या तुमको गर्म लगता है? Warmth means गर्म लगना. Now place your hand about 10 inch away on the top of the flame. Do you feel the warmth? Please don't try it, children. You are too small, okay, to touch all that. What do you conclude from this activity? Okay, so think about it, and you can do this experiment or activity in presence of your parents. Okay, and write it over here what you have observed. Hot air expands. Now it is telling wherever hot air is there, गर्म हवा जो होती है वो फैलती है. Okay, similarly you have to write your explanation over here. Okay, let me know what you have understood. Now what is the uses of air? Nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, neon, argon, krypton, xenon. See, all these gases are present in our atmosphere. Now when we talk about nitrogen, it is 78%. So why it is necessary? Let us see. Nitrogen is an important plant nutrient. Understood, children? Because we have lot of vegetation, plant needs nitrogen. Special bacteria in the soil convert the nitrogen in the air into the form that can be used by the plants. Is it clear? So plants need nitrogen to grow. Okay, nitrogen neither burns nor supports burning. So it is good, right? Nitrogen neither burns, ना तो वो जलती है और ना ही वो जलने में मदद करती है किसी भी चीज की, right? Its presence in air help reduce the rate of burning. And whenever nitrogen is present in the air, wherever you will see fire, that will be reduced. Okay, as caused by oxygen. तो ऑक्सीजन क्या काम करती है? बर्न करने का काम करती है. ओके, बर्न होने के लिए हेल्प करती है, फायर लगने के लिए हेल्प करती है. हाँ, अभी एग्जाम्पल मैं देती हूँ. गांव में जब चूल्हा जलता है तो जब लकड़ियाँ जलाते हैं तो आपने देखा होगा एक पाइप से फूंक मारते हैं, राइट? सो दैट यू कैन गेट अ गुड हीट. यस, द वुड कैन बर्न. सो दैट इज ऑक्सीजन which is provided to the wood, so that more heat is coming out and you can keep your utensil to cook food. Okay, oxygen is needed by living things to live. Oxygen is also needed for burning. So these are the two main properties, to live and to burn. Light a candle and cover it. When you will cover it like this will blow off. Okay, so this shows whenever there is oxygen, then only candle will lighten up. Okay, now carbon dioxide is also present in the atmosphere, and now carbon dioxide we are adding as a pollutant in the atmosphere, isn't it? So the normal level of carbon dioxide should be there in the atmosphere to for the plants to prepare food during photosynthesis. प्लांट क्या खाते हैं? कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड खाते हैं और हम लोगों को क्या देते हैं? ऑक्सीजन और फूड देते हैं, राइट? Neon gas is used for glowing signboards. Argon is colorless and odorless. It is used in making fluorescent tubes and bulbs. ये देखो साइन बोर्ड्स रास्ते में दिखते हैं हम लोगों को चमकते हुए जब रात में हम लोग लॉन्ग जर्नी के लिए जाते हैं. ओके, अभी खिलौने तुम लोग के टॉयज, फ्लोरेसेंट ट्यूब्स, बल्ब्स, आजकल की लाइटनिंग के नए नए शेड्स, ब्लू, पिंक कलर के हम लोगों को दिखते हैं पार्टीज में. सो दैट इज व्हाट आर्गन. नाउ क्रिप्टन एंड xenon are also useful because their light emitting properties when electrically charged. And when krypton and xenon is used electrically charged, हम लोग किसी भी बैटरी को जैसे चार्ज करते हैं वैसे ही जब हम इन गैसेस के चीज़ों को, बैटरीज को चार्ज करेंगे तो वो लाइट एमिट करती हैं. ओके चिल्ड्रन, wind is a form of energy, you all know. It turns the blades of windmills to generate electricity. Wind also helps in moving sailboat across water. So wind, okay, is air have so many of properties. These were the different type of gases which were present in the air, and now the wind is also a form of energy to us. Okay, it is a natural energy. Okay, air cools engine by absorbing and taking away the heat produced in them. So see children, so many of uses of air is there, and we can utilize air in all the ways, in tires, pillows, so that flexibility is provided. Now what is flexibility children? Flexibility, flexibility मतलब हम उसको मोड़ तरोड़ सकते हैं, कोई भी चीज़ को सॉफ्ट बना सकते हैं. When something is flexible, not rigid. Okay, air is filled with in rubber boats, then football, isn't it, to give it shape. Okay, तो air pressure help in sucking liquid. हम लोग जूस पीते हैं, straw use करते हैं. So beyond this, okay, humidity is there. Now beyond these topic, this is the property, the amount of water vapor in the air. अभी हम लोग मुंबई में रहते हैं, कोस्टल एरिया में जब हम लोग रहते हैं तो गर्मी भी है और समुद्र भी है, तो क्या होता है? ह्यूमिड होता है एरिया. मतलब क्या होता है ह्यूमिडिटी? मतलब कितना वाटर वेपर एयर में प्रेजेंट है. ह्यूमिडिटी डिफर्स फ्रॉम प्लेस टू प्लेस. एरिया नियर द सी आर मोर, इसीलिए हम लोगों को ज्यादा गर्मी लगती है या फिर ज्यादा पसीना आता है. वी स्वेट अ लॉट. ओके, दैट इज व्हाई वी डू स्वेट अ लॉट. तो दिस इज द आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन व्हाट. Okay children, so I think that you will be able to complete this checkpoint 1 on your own, and I think you have enough knowledge now after reading this chapter of air. Okay, now coming to water. Water is very important for all living beings. It is required by animals as well as plants to survive. We all know as air, water is equally important. प्यास लगती है, पानी के बगैर रहा नहीं जाता है. In summers we cannot stay and survive without water, isn't it? Water is also used for activities such as cooking, washing, bathing, construction, on and on. We need in every activity we need water. Energy of water is used to generate electricity. Now we also cannot live without electricity. Yes, true. Though nearly 3/4 of Earth is covered with water, the amount of fresh water that we can use is available in very small quantities in river, lake, ponds and under the ground. Okay, we have 3/4 of water. Okay, oceans की form में. ओके, बट द फ्रेश वाटर जो पीने लायक पानी है वो हमें कहाँ से मिलता है? रिवर्स, लेक्स, पॉन्ड्स. ओके, as rainwater falls down on the earth, some of it seeps through the layer of soil and ground. The rainwater falls down on the earth, some seeps through the layer of soil and ground. What does this line says? जैसे रेनवाटर नीचे गिरता है तो रेनवाटर कहाँ सीप हो जाता है? सीप मतलब जमीन के नीचे भी जाता है. अभी तो रोड्स बना दिए हैं तो रेन वाटर को जगह ही नहीं मिलती है कि वो मट्टी के अंदर जाए, सॉइल के अंदर जाए, सॉइल की लेयर्स के अंदर जाए और हमारे वेल्स बन पाए. जब वो लेयर्स में जाएंगे तो क्या होगा चिल्ड्रन? नेक्स्ट हम लोग जब खुदाई करेंगे तो नीचे से पानी निकलने की संभावना होगी. बट सिंस वी हैव मेड रोड्स, बिल्डिंग्स, यस, सो सॉइल इज नॉट देयर फॉर द रेन वाटर सीपेज. नाउ व्हाट वी आर डूइंग फॉर दैट? वी आर डूइंग rain water harvesting. In the coming lesson we will do that also. Okay, so next it seeps through the layers of the soil and the rock till it reaches the layer of non-porous rock. Now, non-porous rock, the time it will seep until unless non-porous, जो जगह ही नहीं देंगे पानी को नीचे जाने के लिए, वहाँ तक पानी जाता रहेगा. It collects on top of these non-porous rock. This forms the water table. So, the layer till the time non-porous rock is there. Okay, the water will layer by layer seeps down. See children, in this way the layers are there in the soil, and these are the non-porous rocks which have no space for the water to go down. Okay, so this forms the water table, and when you will dig the land, you will come to this layer, you will find water over here collected for you. Okay, so you will make a well over there. Now, wells are dug to draw this water out. Clear? Now, what are the properties of water, children? As we have read the properties of air, same, we will do the reading of what is there in water. Pure water has no color, taste or smell. Do it have? No, there is no color, taste or smell. When you will mix some color into it, then only it will become colorful. When you will taste it, when you will mix some ruafza, tango, glucon-D, then only you will taste it in a different way. And smell also in the same way. Water is called a universal solvent. Universal means it has a great capacity to mix or dissolve many of the substances. Water is a natural resource that is found in all three basic states of matter. तो water की कितनी state होती है, हम उसे liquid form में भी देखते हैं. फ्रिज में रख दो आइस बन जाएगी, गैस पे रख के बॉयल करो तो गैस बन जाएगी, isn't it? स्टीम बन जाएगी. तो water can absorb a lot of heat. इसी वजह से हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं कि जब वो गर्म होता है, बॉयल होता है, तो यानी कि क्या किया वाटर ने, बहुत सारी हीट को लिया पहले, है ना. That is why water is valuable to industries, and that is why children इंडस्ट्रीज में भी पानी का बहुत यूज होता है. इट इज ऑल्सो यूज्ड एज कूलेंट इन व्हीकल्स. हाँ, डालते हैं ना, जब गाड़ी गर्म हो जाती है, इंजन गर्म हो जाता है, तो एक बॉटल में हम लोग कूलेंट डालते हैं, पानी डालते हैं. दिस प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ वाटर हेल्प एक्वेटिक प्लांट एंड एनिमल फॉर देयर सर्वाइवल. ऑफ कोर्स एक्वेटिक मीन्स जो पानी में रहने वाले प्लांट्स और एनिमल्स होते हैं उनको भी अच्छे से सपोर्ट करता है कौन? वाटर. Water tend to cluster together in drops. That is why it can move through the roots and the stem of the plants and also through the tiny blood vessel in our body. और क्योंकि water जो है drop by drop हम लोग देख सकते हैं ना, तो इसीलिए छोटे छोटे drops जो हैं वो plants में भी जाती हैं और हमारे blood में भी जाती हैं. Okay children? Now children, we will study how can we purify the water. The water that comes from open sources of water like rivers, lakes often contains undesirable substances like dirt, mud, germs. So we cannot drink it like that. These substances are called as impurities. Due to high solubility, dirt particles and dust dissolve in water, making it impure. We have already learned here universal solvent. So that is why there is high solubility of water. So dirt particle, dust, everything dissolve in it and make it impure. So it is very much unfit for you to drink it. So straight away कहीं भी नदी का पानी नहीं पीना है. First we have to filter it. Okay. Thus it is necessary that these impurities are removed before drinking water. So how you will do children? Now first of all we have to understand that there are some soluble and insoluble impurities. Soluble जो आप नहीं देख पाओगे वो impurities, इसलिए पानी को हमेशा हम लोगों को फिल्टर करना फिर बॉयल करना ज़रूरी है. पर कुछ जो चीज़ें हैं insoluble impurities बोलते हैं, जैसे कि sand, pebbles, stones, छोटे छोटे. Okay, like that. Now how you will remove all those impurities? So first is sedimentation, decantation. Now children, try to understand with the picture. Sedimentation means you take a glass of water. Now put some mud into it, soil into it, and what you will see after some time, the soil or the mud settles down in the glass. So this settling of mud down into the glass is called as sedimentation. Okay children? Okay, if the water is allowed to stand undisturbed, sometime the mud particles settle down. This process is called as sedimentation. And what this mud is called as? Sediment. Okay, the solid matter collected at the bottom during sedimentation is known as sediment. Is it clear, children? Now, look at this picture. What is happening? We will take this glass very gently and pour the water, only the water, very gently and slowly into the another glass. So what will happen? These sand or mud particle will settle down and will not go in the another glass. So this water is clean water. Okay. Now another type is filtration. You can also use filtration process. Now what it is? Using of filter paper or muslin cloth. We will go to the next diagram, children. It is better to understand with the diagram. So this is a funnel and on this is put muslin cloth or you can put filter paper. Okay, and then you pour this water mixed with mud or sand. What you will see that the filtrates are there. Sediments or filtrates you may say will settle on this muslin cloth and the pure water will go down. Okay, ये तो बात थी जब हमें impurities दिख रही हैं पानी में, पर अभी हमें नहीं दिख रही हैं तो what we will do? Now, removal of soluble impurities from water, distillation. This is the process. Okay, when insoluble impurities were there, we were using decantation, sedimentation, filtration. Now, when the impurities are not seen, we will do distillation. Now, quickly we will see what is the two processes involved in distillation: evaporation and condensation. Okay, so see, children, with the diagram I will tell you. This water is boiled in this funnel. The steams go up, they come over this rod. Okay, this is a thin tube and this portion you can see it is the cold water. So the vapors are passing through the thin tube and they get cold. So here the water is evaporated, water vapors are turned. Over here they pass through a cold stream and they becomes the condensed water, and this water which is received in this beaker, it is a distilled liquid which is the purest form of water, and this water is used as a coolant in vehicles, batteries, inverters, science laboratories, because nothing is left in it. Okay, no minerals, nothing. Your drinking water is should be filled with minerals. Okay, so let us go through the checkpoint. Filtration, pass through filter paper. Quick, children. Sedimentation, what it is? Settling down of mud particles. Decantation, what it is? Pouring of clear water. Yes, very good. Now distillation, what it is? Boiling and then cooling. Boiling and then cooling of the steam. Very good, children. Now we'll come to different part. Purification of water in public water supply system. Public water means municipality water. हाँ, TMC, BMC, जो municipal corporation हमको पानी देता है. Okay. Now there is a possibility that even after removing insoluble and soluble impurities, drinking water may still contain germs. Still there is a possibility, isn't it? Now what you should do? Do you know that clean water which we drink from the tap to our homes is first cleared of its impurities by the water work department? The municipality is doing the clearing, okay, cleaning the water. Now that is called as water treatment. Now let us go through the steps, okay, involved in the purification. Though the piped water we get at home is usually safe for drinking, sometimes leakages and poor maintenance can still let impurities and germs. So we should use water purifiers or filters at our homes. So children, always use water filters, ROs at your home to get the purest water without germs. Okay. Quickly we'll see the fact is potassium permanganate crystals are added to the wells to kill the germs. Okay? Well को कैसे साफ रखा जाता है? We will add potassium permanganate. The boiling of water is the simplest and the most common method of purification. The boiling of water for at least 10 minutes kills the germs that are present in it. So you have to boil the water at 100 degrees Celsius to kill all the germs. And this water can be filtered and stored for a long time. Okay, children? Now, quick we will see how municipality works to clean our water, to drinking water through this process, and this diagram will make it easier. Coagulation or loading. What we will do in it? Alum crystals are added. घर पे पूछना बच्चों फिटकरी क्या होती है? देखना फिटकरी डाल देते हैं. Load it. हाँ, loading मतलब डाल देना. Okay. Sedimentation we have already learned in the back chapter. Okay. So the coagulation, the water is collected in large tanks and left undisturbed. Okay, now this leads to settling down of heavier insoluble impurities down at the bottom of the tank. Coming to the filtration, this we have already done. This is a small glass, but now municipality has to do at a larger scale. Yes. So what it do? It as a filter, what it adds? Sand, gravel, and charcoal. These three things act as very good filters to remove the particles. Okay, children. So these are added. Then chlorine is added. That is chlorination. दो बड़ी-बड़ी टंकियां दिखती हैं हम लोगों को. That is the storage tank, and from there you receive water. Okay, is it clear? The water treatment plant. Okay, thank you. Summary: the atmosphere is divided into 5 layers: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. Air occupies space, has mass, and exerts pressure. Insoluble impurities in water can be removed by sedimentation, decantation, and filtration. Soluble impurities in water can be separated by distillation. Water is treated by the waterworks department in town and cities. So this ends with the chapter, children. I think that you will be able to evaluate yourself and do the questions very nicely. Thank you very much.